there was a report looking at the youth most especially, and the fact that according to the World Health Organization, Uganda's suicidal rate is approximately to 18.67%. That is per 100,000 people.
That's Uganda.
Yeah.
That is Uganda.
Yeah.
Isn't it worrying?
But because the youth these days, the standard of living is high. There's a lot of competition.
But the expectations as well.
Expectation as well. And of course, if you are in a category of people where maybe in society, you're the only broke person, and apparently if you do not get a high-paying job or maybe you do not have a car, people resort to very many things, you know. And for you, it's too much because most of them are idle.
That's true.
They're really idle.
But you also have different, how is this idleness brought out? Because you also have, and I speak really objectively, you also have the opportunity to get onto, make some money online and all that.
We don't want to work. We don't want to work.
Why don't you want to work?
If you realize that. People do not want, they want the easy way. They want the easy way. I want things brought to me. I want to, I want it easy. I don't want to work for it.
So what do you want? What do you want?
I want.
And it's very good that you said we don't want to work. So what?
Yes, because I'm talking in my age back. We do not want to work. We want things brought to us. I want her. Choira, the woman will be like, I want a man who has it all. Who has it all? Because we do not want to work. Yeah, even the men these days, the boys, the young boys.
I want a sugar mommy as well.
I feel, yes, they don't want to work for it.
Life skills.
They want to be mentally broken.
I think life skills should be passed on from as early as possible. And when children are being raised, really, you should drum it that, you know what, you're going to have to work for the life that you want to have. And that's the reality about it. And whereas, of course, right now, there's quite a big platform to make quite a lot of money using the least effort, especially when it comes to online work. You can get money that originally someone used to spend 6 months to get. You can get it in a day, in a week, But the reality about it is that some work has to be put, some effort has to be put in place. And I think that is something for food for thought.
Oh, yeah.
We should get into the press.
Yeah.
We should get into the press. Let's take a short break and be back after this. Today, let's have a look. What's in the Daily Monitor?
Well, in the Daily Monitor, we're looking here. I'm very excited, actually. On the 13th, just a few days from now, the national cake, the national budget is going to be...
How it will be cut out.
Oh, the speech. It's going to be 13th. I am always, it took me years, but I'm always thrilled for the national budget. Yeah, because I want to know where do we lie, some of us, Yes. I like the things that come after it, when people are arguing about how much should be spent on what, and how much how it was unfair for some sectors to get more allocated than the others.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course, looking at how government has lured more Chinese to visit Uganda. I told you, Chinese really travel. They love seeing different cultures away from theirs, the different cuisines.
They're not here to look at, trust me. The Chinese
to make money. They're looking here, they're strategic, they're looking for business. They're looking for a soft spot of,
They don't even care about this cuisine in most cases, and I say that lightly.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, because they come in most of the times with their own cuisine, and they're not normally very open to different cuisine.
And
what is being said?
Hash, know your budget. I like the fact that they're emphasizing people to know, be keen.
13th June.
13th June, today is 10th, just on Thursday they're going to be reading the national budget. Even if you don't understand, at the end of the day, ask someone, yeah?
Yes.
We have to be partisan. We have to be aware of what is happening to the country, okay? Not this, then after a month you start saying, hey, no. This is the time for us to be educated on what the national budget means for all Ugandans.
And that's true, that's true. And this is where it really comes into play, the context really being seen through the eyes of the person down on the list of the last ground, okay? The last mile person, being able to understand and being explained to in a language that they do understand what these budget allocations are all about and the implications onto their life. That dialogue, that discussion with the average person, the average Ugandan is very important, because that is when they really get to understand the implications of some of these actions that come into play. So it's really, we're very keen. The 13th, just a couple of days, a couple of hours away, and we should be able to see what is happening, the allocation. Within here, within the new vision, we have some wonderful news coming in. The Dubai Prince promises more investment in Uganda, and Muhammad says Uganda is his second home after UAE. We have had some positive notes coming, of course, from different Arabs actually saying that the fruits that they have tested in Uganda are like none.
Uganda is the safest place to invest. Why? There is no minimum wage, first of all. The investors are given tax holidays. They are prioritized like, hey, that's the safest. No, but that's the truth. Uganda was one of the countries that is safe for investment. So no wonder these Arabs coming in, because they know the language of business. They know what it means for business. So we like the prince is one of the richest people around, so him coming in and saying they want to invest more in Uganda, but what is in for them?
Well, what he is saying is that instead of looking at how much investment he's planning to make in Uganda, he said instead the country should focus on the outcome of his investment, which he said would reflect positively on the country. Right. That is some food for thought coming in. Then coming in, of course, with the abattoirs, we've had some ping pong in the last couple of months in regards to what has been happening with the city abattoirs, and some being locked down, others getting on strike.
The foot and mouth disease?
Yes, right now government sets tough rules for abattoirs, butchers, shops. Okay, following the decline in standards in abattoirs, the Ministry of Agriculture has come up with guidelines governing the places dealing in selling meat. Abattoirs that do not adhere to the standards shall be closed. Unfortunately, or fortunately, to the last person who's going to be enjoying that meat, at least would want the comfort of knowing that it has been done in the highest sanitary conditions. Uganda's households increased by 3.5 million in 10 years. That's some news coming in, that the number of households in Uganda have increased from 7.3 million to 10.8 million in the last 10 years. Those are just from preliminary findings from the 2024 national census results showing. And that's some food for thought as well, and especially now that the budget is, within the next couple of days, we would be interested in finding out exactly how and which particular ministries are going to get the bulk of this, which sectors are going to get some of the bulk of this. And in regards that really there's been an increase, of course, in the population, as had been expected. And yet we're not finding out in most cases a trickle down of this quality within health, within education. We're very keen on that. Museveni gives police directives on deployment, construction of Hoima Stadium to commence soon. And Mercy, you'll be talking about sports. Last week it was one stadium, this time it is another stadium. What's happening that side?
Well, of course, as well, still looking into the national budget. Police have been summoned. Police have summoned a half dozen lawmakers and 5 top financial ministry bureaucrats to insist with investigations into alleged corruption in the national budgeting over the years. Okay, this is there is a lot of corruption. And of course, how Uganda regained 39 cultural artifacts from the UK. And of course, they attained some of the artifacts, some of our pride, bringing it back to our motherland. Yeah, that is what defines us, and somehow they went that side. Can you imagine? People take things that are not theirs, and of course, Teso farmers count losses after fall in cassava prices. Yeah, and of course, you have to know that people from that side do consume cassava at higher rates, so the prices have really fallen down, gone down.
You remember last time we had, last week, we talked about, we hinted on the KCCA cleaners protesting.
Oh, well, they've been protesting even since the beginning of the
and you can, during the protest, workers responsible for sweeping and collecting garbage around the city complained that KCCA has not paid their salaries for more than 5 months.
I'm telling you, and it's good that we're talking about mental health. You know, so imagine a person that has,
and you have to show up,
and you have to show up every day. First of all, because now if they're saying 5 months, how did you expect a woman, a man who has been cleaning to take their child to? That is why we have a low turn-up of children at school. It
is. It's very true. But remember that most of these workers that are employed by KCCA, especially within the cleaning department, are those that really, really need the monies.
Exactly.
Okay? They really, really need the money. So for them to go unpaid for 5 months, it is ridiculous.
They may seem to be the lowest people, but look at the beauty. I saw a picture in KCCA on X showed the beauty of Kampala, the hygiene.
Exactly.
Exactly. Why is this in the papers now?
Exactly.
Why shouldn't we award the people that are making Kampala look beautiful?
And that's food for thought as well. But really, when it comes down to equity, when it comes down to how some of the workers are treated, these are the bottom. These are people that really should be taken into context seriously. And whereas from the top, we have some news coming in as well. Plan well for retirement. Civil servants as well told. You know, we've had quite a number of civil servants that have retired once they get there, and then after that they're languishing in poverty because they just did plan well. And then we have those ones that are holding on and just don't want to retire.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but you see, okay, once you are really done with your children and all that, the rest is for you. The rest is yours. So the moment people actually, because NSSF came out and was giving a report on how much people what people spend on after they have gotten their NSSF money.
Yes.
Most of them do not invest that money. That money is for investment, actually. You're saving for, what are you saving for? Okay, fine, you could be saving for retirement, but then in your retirement, that money is little for you to spend for the next, 30 years that you're going to live. If you happen to retire by 60, you still have probably, God willing, 20 more years. If you're benchmarking on that 40 million, will it be able to sustain it?
40 million is peanuts. 40 million is peanuts, especially when you have been relying on this hand-to-mouth sort of approach. Yes? When you have been relying on that particular salary for decades and decades, yes, and now you're looking at even 100 or 200 million coming in, you get so excited, and then you are putting your different monies in different places for the very first time, and you don't even know what the repercussions are, and that is what is happening now. All the different advisors that come in, financial advisors, will actually advise you to put up an investment way before you retire, so that you can be able to actually get into the setbacks and then comfortably redress them, and then also get to know the workings of the particular business, so that by the time you get out of that place, the workplace, and get into full mode retirement, you're already aware of your business, you already know the workings of the business as well as the expectations. Instead of getting out of the 200 million, getting 120 and sinking it into something you don't even have.
That is when people remember to build their houses.
As well. And then the house takes over 175 million, and yet you have less, less coming in.
So what do you think, actually? I think we should have a conversation of that sort. What do you think? Because now majority of people are staying in Kampala, and find someone at the age of 60, they're still renting.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true. And most of them will come up with different ideas as to why.
Yeah. I mean, why is that so common lately? You know, we are focused. The money that you'd use on rent, you know, you could build up, set up maybe residential.
Because the travel, some of them have said the travel implications. The majority, by the way, if they get to that particular age, 60, and they're still renting for one reason or another, in most cases you'll find out that these ones have land in the outcasts. Yes, that means areas such as you go to Bombo Road and other places, and they have their little, but not quite a lot of investment has been put on that land. Maybe they've started a poultry, some dairy, but it's not really to a point where they're even breaking even or able to make quite a handsome profit. But they just have it for per se, and then they'll come up and say, no, you know what, we cannot actually stay within some of these areas because they are far out of town.
Really?
That is what they say.
I mean, by 55, you're supposed to be planning on living in a quiet environment with your poultry, with, because now the noise for the last, 30, 40 years was too much. Now
we
you need
should
to
have that discussion.
leave the city for the young ones, please. Go and prepare for your grandchildren.
Mercy, don't be brutal this early morning.
Go and prepare for your children,
This is brutality of the highest order. But let's take a short break and we'll be right back after this message.
Smart 24, driving business.
Amanya gange bampita Agnes Kasoga. Kolera nakawa nze muwanguzi nawangudde school fees. Na desimanyinga ebintu bino bya ddala kubanga ne yankubira namulimba nnyo. Ne mugamba nkolera nakifuma nga manyi bafere olwamala ate naddamu nankubira. Ne mugamba kituufu sikolera nakifuma. Badde manyi muli bafere nga simanyi bya ddala. Nalabirawo nga bangamba ndi omu ku bawanguzi naye nsanyuka nnyo.
Akalulu ko muwanguzi!
Okuwangula kyangu nnyo, teeka ssente ku ssimu yo, otandika okusasulira ku ssimu yo. Abantu mbakakasiza era nabagambye bwe mulaba nga bampadde ne mbagamba nga mutegeera bituufu kubanga nange mwennyini mbadde nga ku TV nga manyi balimba naye ke neerabiddeko bwe nti kyekyo ddala. MTN osobola okuwangula.
Together, we're unstoppable.
Are you a female business owner in Uganda looking to grow and transform your business? Grow empowers you with access to entrepreneur services, accelerating your business growth from micro to small and from small to medium enterprises. Grow provides comprehensive support, including training, startup tools, business formalization, certification, networking opportunities, access to affordable credit and grants, coaching, and mentorship, with all resources available for free. For more information, please visit grow.go.ug. Contact the PSFU Grow officers at Trust Towers, ground floor, plot 4 Chadondo Road, Nakasero, or the Ministry of